The following portion of Living East Tennessee is sponsored by Master Services.
Well, many homeowners assume a new home means a problem-free crawl space, but that is not always the case. And Dustin with Master Foundation and Crawl Space Repairs joined us to share more in how moisture and drainage issues can really affect your home regardless of its age. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I think when we get brand new home, brand new build, we're like, everything's fantastic, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair assumption.
Right.
I mean, again, you're thinking this is new materials, this was just built. And I think the misconception is it's really not just the newness of the products, it's the environment it's in.
Absolutely.
So that's what's causing the issues. You know, building materials, traditionally, they can have some moisture anyways, but it's the conditions in which they're placed in that creates the issues.
Absolutely. So can a home have crawl space issues from the get-go then?
Yeah, honestly, to share a story, myself, my home within 2 weeks of being built had issues, and I come from the industry.
Wow.
So the relative humidity in the way traditional homes are built, it increases pretty quickly, right, with the humidities that we have here. And so anything over 60% can start that mold growth, and it can flourish pretty quickly.
Wow. So what were some of the indications, like symptoms of that?
Yeah, because I'm in the industry, obviously I was in there kind of every day.
Smart,
So I was just looking at everything. I was like, that's definitely some mold growth there. So we were able to remediate that pretty quickly and get some airflow and some things while the home was being built to keep that low.
That is fantastic. Now, what does it look like, that process, if someone has been in their home for a while and honestly they're like, I've really been so busy, I haven't even thought about my crawl space. What's that kind of look like coming from you guys?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's pretty common as well, right? It's kind of out of sight, out of mind typically. And unless they're experiencing some issues upstairs, they're not going to think to say, okay, maybe I need to check that out. But for us, usually that's what happens. They're going to call us and say, hey, I have some squeaking, some bouncy floors, or a musty smell maybe, and I need to know what's going on. So they'll call us and we'll come out and check it out for them.
Absolutely. And you were talking about the climate and the weather here in East Tennessee. How does drainage play such a big part in something like this?
Yeah, I always say, like, and I say this too much, but it's a very simple thing just to see where your downspouts are, because when we do get rains, they're scarce right now, but when we do get them, they're pouring right at the foundation. So that is coming back inside of the home, potentially creating foundation issues, but also introducing moisture to that crawl space already.
Absolutely. Now, are there certain construction practices or kind of on-site things that can make a crawl space more vulnerable for a home?
Yeah, the grading to the home is a big deal. You know, like I said, getting those downspouts as far away from the home as possible is best case scenario. But the grading, if you have a negative grade to the home, and depending if it's a basement or a crawl space can vary. There's something called an active wedge, and you have something called virgin soils. And so when you dig down, say if it's a 12-foot block wall potentially, they're digging out that soil, allowing moisture to get in quickly versus the soil that had been there.
That is so interesting. And my mind, like, I don't know if this is right, goes automatically to like a neighborhood, you know, when they build a row of houses, and it's just kind of like, absolutely. So from that, you know, it looks even, it looks nice, it looks fresh, but I mean, they could definitely have something going on with it. Yeah,
for sure. And we see that a lot now. We've got, you know, there's a little bit of a home shortage here in some, so it seems that we're trying to put things pretty close together. So you know, it's the stack effect kind of.
Well, that's fantastic. I love that you guys are making people aware of this because, like you said, out of sight, out of mind. I know I'm probably not hanging out in my crawl space, you know, but you're the guy to do it for sure. Absolutely. Where can people go online to learn more?
Yeah, so masterservices.tn.com. And you can find us on social media, of course, or give us a call.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.